Here we have the freelance goals for any designer that's looking to make their way into the market. Your first three short-term goals is going to be creating a portfolio, drafting a marketing plan, and finalizing your pricing and contracts. With the portfolio, you need to gather your most important assets while creating a functional and easily accessible page. With the drafting the marketing plan, you need to find the best platforms that your target audience is on, and you got to know how to speak to their problems. The challenge of this is falling within the no man's land of just a huge ocean of freelance designers that are all trying to make their way. You want to make yourself different. With the finalizing your pricing and contracts, you want to write down your rules, types of number of revisions that you may have, no doubling back on what the route was. For the medium-term goals, you want to establish experience. You want to share good customer stories, but that can be very hard sometimes to get good feedback from non-designers who don't understand how to use design vocabulary. You want to refine your workflow as well, finding the most efficient way of streamlining the customer ordering process. And then also the challenge to that is sticking to what works. Many designers will look back and try to keep changing it, but that's not what we want to do. We want to find out what works and work with that until we find an absolute need to change it. The last thing is going to be to create a branding questionnaire, and then that way you're able to look at the common questions that you typically ask most of the time, and then that way you're able to get pointed in the right direction and get straight to the point instead of the back and forth questioning that it may involve. Long-term goals is to create a team and agency in which you're going to want to be able to hire where your weaknesses are, but the challenge to that is obviously mishires and people that may not want to stick around, and that's where you have to do a very good interviewing process. You're going to also want to absolutely complete your marketing plan, analyze what worked and what didn't, and focus on what works. And then you need to really make sure that you looked at that data correctly or find out that you did not collect enough, and you need to make sure that that's definitely what you do this next time. Finally, you want to showcase all possibilities of what your team is able to perform. You're going to want to break down the portfolio in different types of design, and then make sure that you're not adding too much to that category.